Mistakes are made. Do we restart the conversation? Test.
Testicles, 1, 2.
Ooh, shaky. Might be a little dangerous. Test. On your side?
Test.
Ooh.
Test.
Yeah? Are you
Nice.
good?
And we good. Hello, one.
Hello, as usual, Manny.
Welcome to Dumplings and Somethings, your place, your house of knowledge where you take your shoes off, get comfortable, grab your drink of choice. We talk about the dumplings in life and hopefully you learn something. I'm on mic 1, I'm Darnzi.
Mic 2, Mr. T.
Mr. T, let's get into it. As per usual. Sips tea.
Sip.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing alright. We had a nice day. Nice first day of spring yesterday.
Wonderful.
I mean, you were there, so we
Yeah.
both
So
spent some time, some quality
outside
time.
showing off your athletic skills with your volleyball.
Amen. I won't say it's a show off. It's I had a bit of experience. It's a road back to my teenage years.
Volleyball?
Yeah, schools we have to learn volleyball.
I only played for the first time last year. So last year, summer was my first time. And this year, I'm like, I want to play all the time.
I never played with the rules, but yesterday was the first time experiencing this whole rule point system.
You just like
back in school,
play like just hit the ball.
Yeah, just hit the ball like a serve. I think they call it spiking it.
Yeah.
That means to push it, and then the smashing. These three moves are like the basis of assessment in school. So it's like PE classes, you know.
I liked it. I really like ball. Springtime,
It's fun.
summertime.
It's fun. I say we had a great time with our friends.
Would you invest in like a volleyball net?
Yeah, net. I'm not sure. I mean,
Because
gotta find a place to store it.
No, when I say net, that means you have to be consistent, you know? You have to
Yeah.
have a group of friends that you want to meet with.
Yeah.
play with.
That yes, because you gotta consistently have a group of friends to play with.
In the garden yesterday, that was fine, but sign me up for beach volleyball. Like I want to dive. I want to dive in the sand and spike up. You get me?
Yeah,
That I'll be interested in that one even more.
it's the same, no? I mean, being on grass and being on the sand.
I feel like I could.
You could dive in the park
I
too.
feel like I could injure myself more just diving on the grass. With the sand, I think there's a little more cushion.
Yeah.
Impact.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, first day of spring. It's a wonderful time. Everybody's out. Sun's out, skin's out.
Sun's out, skin's out. Literally.
Would like to say bun's out, but
Buns out was out.
appropriately speaking, skin's out.
Skin and bun was out.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness! Like yesterday when we were walking to the
Englischer
Garten
in Munich.
I felt like we were walking into a concert, bro.
Yeah, damn
Like,
right.
The amount of people.
Damn right.
I saw a sea of white. It's like the amount of people.
In the words of what's Terry Cruz's character in Latrell. In the words of Latrell, when he says to Tony to ask him to hand him his boots because he's about to go skiing.
In this case, it'll be
about to go swimming.
It's so many people.
Yeah.
White Chicks was, for those of y'all who never watched White Chicks, I don't know what rock you've been sleeping under, but it's one of the
best
funniest,
classics.
Is it considered a classic now?
Yeah, it is.
White Chicks?
Yeah.
That was a movie, bro. In the beginning, I was just like, what is this with the Wayans brothers? But Marlon and Sean Wayne, they dominate. They killed that movie.
Yeah, they killed the role.
I'm not even sure if you could say kill on YouTube anymore.
No. They nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an awesome movie, bro.
Yeah.
I think the
The 1,000 miles.
That scene with Terry Crews in the car.
Yeah.
I think that's like a staple now, bro. That
It's a
song.
meme now.
That's a meme now.
Yeah.
Some memes, some songs and memes. I don't actually know the real song. I just know it from the meme and or the movie.
Yeah.
You get me? Yeah.
Great times. Englischer Garten in Munich. So just a quick disclaimer. I think this is our 7th episode that we're gonna upload. Maybe 7 or 8th episode.
Nah, bro, this is our 11th.
Right. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Tracking it, mistracking it. 11 episode, but we might have skimmed the part of the whole introducing food. On the part of introducing food, because we always talk we talk about eating a dumpling, and that's about it. And then we never really show, or at least in the post edit, never really show what it is really, what the packaging is, or where we get the product. Sometimes I think it's also important, because we're in Munich, we live here, the stuff we're getting from, it's good to also put it in the caption or somewhere in the video.
Like free advertising.
Kind of like advertising, yeah. I mean, also recommending to people where to get these stuff, because they might be curious about getting the stuff to try it themselves.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, sometimes we say free advertising for the people for specific things, for a restaurant, but if we don't share it, nobody knows where to try it.
Do you think
no?
Land.
Yeah.
So where you going with this? Are you going to introduce something new?
Gonna introduce something new. Yeah, right now. So we got a little bit of. I brought you a little bit of something.
We'll share a clip of it.
Share a picture, maybe.
We'll be passing across your screen right now.
It's a peanut cookie. I surprisingly discovered in an Asian store that's reopened recently in Munich, called Go Asia. Big Asian grocer. But this specific peanut cookie is actually, as far as my knowledge goes, this thing is only made in Malaysia.
Peanut cookie?
Yeah, this peanut cookie is made in Malaysia by Malaysian Chinese. And and I found this packaging on that packaging says product of Malaysia.
Okay.
So it came all the way here somehow.
So you felt special.
I was like, yo.
He was like, what? My home country's cookies. And I'm gonna have this on the pod.
Exactly.
We're gonna talk about it.
Funny enough, this is a cookie that's always well sought after by children during Chinese New Year. So during Chinese New Year, when there's a hosting guests from places, relatives,
they have cookies on standby.
We got cookies. We got all kinds of snacks on the table.
Okay.
And this is one of children's favorite. It's peanut cookie. Which kid wouldn't like it? So I found it. It's my all-time favorite. So I brought it.
Let's try it. Thank you. What is it called in Malaysia? Feels like a cookie.
And it's just literally called peanut cookie.
They call it peanut cookie in Malaysia?
In Chinese, yes.
What's the Chinese name?
Hoa Sen Su.
Hoa Sen Su.
Yes, Hoa Sen Su. Yeah.
I'm not really tasting the peanut, to be honest. You tasting peanut?
You should. I think the coffee's too strong. But you sure you're not tasting the peanut? Now you got an aftertaste. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that's dangerous for kids, bro. I could see myself just nibbling. So,
disclaimers aside, what are we going to talk about?
Well, first of all, we start about peanut cookies. This is out in Malaysia. Outside of Chinese New Year, outside of when you're hosting guests, is this a regular snack that you have at home?
No, only Chinese New Year.
Only Chinese New Year?
Yeah, because it's a lot of effort to make these stuff when it's homemade. Mostly it's homemade. You can't. There's no factories that mass produce it.
Okay.
And it's a very specific tradition. Like it's only packaged. If you see it on the table, that packaging, that's exactly how it looks like during Chinese New Year.
Well,
any other days, it doesn't exist in a different form.
All right.
So it's homemade by probably some elderly, or maybe your aunt or your uncle who's traditional. And then they make extra, maybe make some for their family, and then the rest they sell it.
Send for your co-workers.
Yeah, maybe. But then they'll make a batch big enough to sell it at the same time. It doesn't come cheap. It's
Now that I just had my second.
Yeah, because you don't taste the coffee outside of the coffee.
Outside of coffee.
Yeah,
it hits me.
It's peanut. Yeah, it's delicious. It's addictive too.
I love cookies, bro. Generally, cookies. It's my go-to.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah, like cookies. I really like cookies, but not like
crunchy, soft cookies.
I don't like crunchy cookies.
Oh.
I like
soft cookies.
Soft cookies.
Yeah.
Like the kind of cookies
that.
It's
interesting.
This might sound weird, but like the kind of cookies that people that don't have teeth would like to eat.
Yeah.
So those soft ones that just cookies. Like melt in your mouth.
Do you remember having it? Do you remember having it from Subway? That soft cookie.
Yeah, that type of consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like my baseline of comparison. When it comes to soft cookie, people kind of like that soft cookie from Subway.
I love a soft cookie.
Yeah.
Hard cookies to me, it's too much crunch. It's too much. It's too much going on. That's just for me. I like like for example, this is gonna get me cancelled, but I don't. When I eat cereal,
I don't like crunch.
I don't like too much crunch in my cereal.
Damn.
I like it a little soft.
So you like porridge?
I do. I do. But I
remember, you would prefer porridge. I mean,
I remember because I like softer cereal. I remember I pour my milk before I pour my cereal. And people looked at me like that was blasphemy. I have one friend to this day. She's still like,
do I pour my milk before cereal?
You're an alien. Apparently that's a thing, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's an internet discussion. I personally don't remember. Sometimes I do pour my... No, the reason why I pour my cereal first is because there will be less splash. Yes. Because you pour your milk first in a bowl, the splash is greater.
Can I tell you the reason why I pour my milk first?
Yeah.
It's another thing that's going to get me cancelled.
Because you say you don't want crunchy.
I like soft flakes, but I also like warm milk. I like warm milk. So I pour my milk
first.
Put it in the microwave, warm it up a bit.
Oh.
And then I pour my cereal. I like warm cereal. I don't know. Call me crazy. Yeah.
I don't think you're crazy.
Cause a lot of people after they hear this, they'll be like, he's crazy.
Because as far as I've noticed, some of our peers here, European peers, they eat something called an oatmeal porridge. Like an oat porridge.
Yeah, of course.
Where I think
the porridge is warm.
Yeah, the porridge is warm. Either they warm it up with warm water.
That's a good reference, bro.
Warm water.
I could use that as an example when people tell me I'm crazy.
Or warm milk and cooking, boiling the oat with warm milk.
I like warm
milk
with my cereal.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fine.
A lot of people.
I like it on a nice autumn day or a winter day. A warm milk is always nice. But of course, depends.
Also, a lot of people.
I wouldn't do it in summer.
A lot of people also don't like milk.
Yeah.
Like people just don't just drink milk. You know, they put it they would use it as they would use it as an additive in making something.
Yes.
But they don't generally just like
drink milk. Yeah, not out of nowhere.
Yeah. It's kind of, some people find it also, it's also a bit difficult for some people to digest, even if they're not lactose.
Do you do it every other day?
I don't drink it. I don't just drink milk.
Yeah, so you don't.
True, but I wouldn't like.
I would just gulp
cast it out. Yeah, I wouldn't be like, oh no, milk.
I would just gulp it
and then just continue my life. Yeah, you know. All right.
Yeah.
Session 2.
Session 2. All right.
What's some other weird combinations that you like to have to eat?
Ooh, never really put my mind to it. I just eat. You're asking a seafood person.
When you seafood.
When I see food, I eat it.
Yeah, but you scorn me all the time, bro. Like when I combine certain combinations, and you're like this and that. I don't know. Like what have you ever paired that actually tastes good?
You might be right, but then again, like I say, I never put my mind to it. But when I notice it, then I'll ask, because it's unusual to me.
You know what I can tell you? In TNT, this is a bad habit that people from TNT have.
Yeah.
But I didn't. To me, it was normal until I came outside of TNT, and I was like, "Ooh, this is a thing. This is bad."
Right.
We love ketchup on our pizza.
Ketchup on pizza.
Like, we love ketchup on pizza.
It's not tomato puree, but ketchup.
It's pizza's already made
with tomato on it.
With tomato in it.
Yeah.
Pizza's already made, and then when you get the final product,
on top of it,
we put ketchup.
Wow.
Yeah. Until
that's crazy. Yeah. That you see now that you say it, then it does feel a little unusual to me.
Yeah, because I remember this is even before I came to Europe. I went to America. I was visiting my cousins or something. This was like 2011, and I went to the local pizza spots in New Jersey. I got a pizza and I remember asking for ketchup. This is when I was uncultured, and the guy looked at me like, "For what? Is something wrong with it?" And I was like, "What do you mean?"
Like condiment.
Yeah. And then I came to Europe.
Yeah.
And then, pizza's like the easiest thing to eat with anyone. Who doesn't really like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, are like lactose people,
Yeah.
I remember when I first came to Europe and I started to have pizza, I realized there's never any ketchup on the tables or whatnot. And I'm like, where's the ketchup? And then people would be like, what do you need ketchup for?
Because nobody eats pizza with ketchup.
That's when I realized, we have a problem back home, bro. We eat ketchup on our pizza.
Definitely
and
do.
Now, fun fact, I can't stand ketchup on my pizza. If I go home and I visit family and friends and they order pizza,
if they perform such blasphemy,
I'll be like, don't put no ketchup on my side of the pizza. Put ketchup on your half of the pizza, or let's cut the pizza up and you put your ketchup on your slices. Don't put no ketchup on my pizza.
That's because you're influenced.
Yeah,
you're influenced.
I've expanded.
I personally was never a fan of ketchup. That's why I never find the point of adding ketchup to my pizza. But that's me. There could be some Malaysians too that back home that does it. I don't know.
You would have seen it, bro.
I'm not very sure.
You'd have seen it culturally.
My family.
It's a cultural thing. It's not a house thing. It's a
cultural thing. Yeah.
We put ketchup on pizza. We put ketchup on too many things, to be honest.
See, that's the thing. I don't go to pizzeria too often to notice that as well. We have, you have Pizza Hut, right?
Yeah, we in TNT we're very American franchise based.
Yeah.
So we don't have we have one or two Italian spots that have their little oven.
Is Pizza Hut American?
Of course.
Yeah.
So we have Pizza Hut and we have a local spot called Mario's.
Right.
It's our local pizza. We still put ketchup on it. Domino's, Papa John's.
I don't remember seeing ketchup or condiments on the table in Domino's. But Pizza Hut, I think there might have been.
I think it's always based on the demographic of where this particular franchise is. For example, yes, it's a Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
And generally they have standard things that all Pizza Huts would have.
Yeah.
However, they do kind of curtail it as well to the local market.
That means if the local likes condiment on their pizza,
they would have a little bit of condiment. Or for example, I can see this with chest, bro.
Yeah.
KFC in TNT is delicious.
Yeah.
We put a little extra spices in it.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of 11 herbs and spices, maybe we have 12.
Extra herbs.
Maybe we have 12 herbs and spices. Yeah. I don't know. There's always a request for KFC from TNT.
Right.
Whenever we visit friends and family away who has tasted it. Or whenever they come, they always want to go to a KFC and have some.
Yeah.
You would stand the test of it. Well, you don't eat KFC.
KFC is pretty bad back home.
Well then
they make soggy.
Well then you'll fall in love with ours, bro.
Soggy FCs.
Soggy FCs?
Yeah.
When you see me, soggy chicken.
Soggy fried chicken.
How you can make a soggy fried chicken? It's not crunchy.
They just never come out crunchy. Yeah.
Oh, that'll break my heart.
It's very. It could. I was listening to a podcast. The usual. Dudes Behind the Foods. How David was talking about.
Shout out David. Shout out Tim.
As usual. That David was talking about a specific franchise that was giving out bad fried chicken. I think it was Jollibee's. Yeah. Jollibee's is I assume it's a Filipino invention. And apparently Jollibee's, not all Jollibee franchises have soggy fried chicken.
That would piss me off.
KFC is the same thing as well. Maybe the branch, the particular franchise that I went to, just doesn't have good quality control. So they always have soggy fried chicken. But apparently, it goes. It's the same across many KFC branches. For some reason in Malaysia, I'm not sure. It became a very widely received rumor that KFC is bad in Malaysia. I could be wrong.
What about spicy food in Malaysia?
Spicy food.
You guys eat spicy food, yeah?
Yeah, we do. We have occasionally KFC comes up with special
plenty for 20.
Plenty for 20, yeah, like
in TNT.
It was plenty for 20, no?
Plenty
or
for
like
20 for
or like
KFC.
20 for plenty or what?
The plenty for 20 meaning in my home currency $20.
Yeah. No, I meant the campaign. That was we were looking for a poster plenty for 20.
Plenty for 20.
That was a KFC campaign.
Yeah, KFC campaign plenty for 20.
Malaysia, we also occasionally do have special recipes.
Like for example,
or a seasonal recipe.
Because we have a high amount of Indian people in TNT.
Yeah.
The representation for Diwali.
Yeah.
When Diwali, like the religious time for Hindus.
Yeah.
Our KFC has special curries.
Ah.
So we have a special curry type of dish in KFC.
I think it's kind of cool.
That is actually kind of fire, to be honest.
Yeah.
For example, for the Christians, for Lent, right before Easter, there's a lot of fish at KFC.
Fish
meat. Yeah, fried fish.
Huh.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
That's what I'm saying. It curtails to the demographic of where it is. You know.
Right. But I mean, I can understand when it comes to differences in seasoning, but serving a completely different meat, serving fish in KFC, it's unheard of.
You can't see it in your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have fish fillet from McDonald's, but not
filet of fish.
Filet of fish, yeah.
Filet of fish.
Yeah.
Not really a big fan of it, to be honest.
What about it's fast food? It's a thing of the past, really.
You know, when I came to Europe, this is another thing that removed my ignorance, kind of like the ketchup on pizza.
Yeah.
I always thought Spanish people from Spain.
People from Spain.
I thought, like, okay, once you speak Spanish, like, for some ignorant reason, you could handle spices. For example, like, people I assumed in Latin America, like, could eat spices because of Mexico or whatever. And then when I met people from Spain, and then I met people from Latin America here in Europe,
yeah,
a lot of them
don't handle
spicy food, bro. To the point where I was like, oh, like, I've seen, like, Spanish people are very like, people from Spain, they're like a tanned type of white. Like,
yes.
As compared to Eastern Europeans.
Hispanics are not white.
No, I'm not talking about I'm talking about from Spain.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Latin Americans.
I'm not talking about Latin Americans right now. I'm talking about people from Spain right now.
Spain.
Spain.
Hispanics.
Yeah, Hispanics, sorry. They're not European? They are European.
Yes, but they're Hispanics. Like, the Spanish people are from Spain are Hispanics.
Right.
Instead of Latinos. Latinos are...
I'm not talking about Latinos right now.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but their white is almost like a tanned type of white compared to Eastern European white.
Yeah.
But when they eat spicy food, like, they turn super pink, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they don't eat a lot of spicy food.
Well, if you're fair skinned, usually it's very easily discerned.
I come all the way around to say that for whatever reason, I assumed that
they can handle spice
because of my ignorance of, like, watching people from Mexico who can handle spice.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I learned other Latin American places, like in Argentina. I have an Argentinian friend. You know her. I know
Barbie.
Barbie.
Yeah. Shout out to Barbie.
Barbara. She doesn't eat a lot of spicy food, from what I remember. Maybe now she does, but I remember she couldn't handle spicy food as well.
I wonder if people in what's it called? Miami eat spice.
Spicy food?
Yeah.
That's anybody from Miami watching this pod will respond and let us know. Yo, Miami has some
spicy mamas.
Senoritas, mamacitas, chiquitas.
Miami is the place.
My goodness, bro.
Yeah, that's sun-kissed. That place is sun-kissed
more
all
than
year.
Sun-kissed, bro. My goodness, I think Miami is like its own world, bro.
Yeah.
like the type
It's
of
hot.
the type of
From
flossing that goes on there is
Flossing?
different. Yeah, meaning like
Why are you flossing? What do you
meaning
mean
like
flossing?
the events, the lifestyle, the aesthetics, the people is like
It's a different world.
this is not real human.
No.
Human. Like people don't look like this on other parts of the world.
Nope.
This is like a culmination of just gorgeous people.
Yeah.
To be honest, a lot of Botox there, but wow.
Well,
And a lot of like superficial lifestyle kind of stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Miami, I would like to go Miami for a fun time, not a long time. When dumplings and take us, let us know, guys. Let us know if we need to do a trip to Miami.
Take us there.
And see what the Miami lifestyle is, the culture.
But let's not forget, there is a Miami here in Europe.
We mean
Ibiza. Ibiza is the Miami of Europe. If you show up in Ibiza, everybody dressed in white. It's an all-white party.
Did you know?
Did you know?
It's an all-white party.
A line from my White Chicks, yeah.
Another White Chicks.
But apparently, I mean, so far I've seen in the media, just like Miami, you know, rich people, rich or unrich,
or trying to
they
look
have
rich.
a look, trying to look rich. It's this look. It's this Miami look. Everybody dressed in like I don't know, white tanks, white shirt, white pants.
And you say Ibiza is like that.
Ibiza, it's like that. It's like a party island where people during summer, all the Europeans show up in Ibiza.
There's another one. Starts with M.
Palma, Mallorca.
No. In Greece, off of Greece, Mykonos. I heard that.
Also like a party place.
I heard it's like a party place.
Yeah, everybody dressed in white, probably same thing.
But I feel like you feel like
It's like a thing.
you think it's all hype, and not like
No, it
vibe?
became an identity. It's a vibe. It's like
Like when you go there, are you going there to have a good time, or are you going there to post pictures that hey, I'm here?
no.
Like when people go to Greece, to the area with the blue domes.
Yeah. Everybody takes pictures.
But then that's like one little part, bro.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the place is like normal, chill.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you really?
It's the 21st century. People like to post pictures, but you could always go there and enjoy. It's
Yeah, that's what I'm. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Is it for the enjoyment, or is this just to say, look where I am?
checkpoint.
Yeah, checkpoint.
I mean, not everybody can afford to go hard. Have so-called enjoying. Sometimes people go there. People go to these places, show up for 2 or 3 days, and then they just want to document it. I guess.
That raises a new question, bro.
Like it's sorry, I interrupt you for a couple of seconds. I think at the end of the day, it's a matter of choice. Some people document it. Some people show up there for the first time. They would like to document it. If you show up at this place for the second time already, you wouldn't bother with documenting. You would just like to, enjoy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you were saying?
What type of traveler are you? Let me give you a bit of background. Are you the explorer traveler, the documentation that you just said?
Yeah.
Are you the relaxation traveler? I just want to go somewhere to a nice resort, go out to the beach area, sit down and be pampered. Are you the I'm here for the rave party type of traveler?
Right.
Or are you the go with the flow, whatever is happening type of traveler? I just get there, whatever happens, then we decide and go with it.
It depends. If I'm the host, which...
The host? How much people are you traveling with?
Well, this September will be 5.
So, a regular situation. Alright. We'll be right back after these messages.
So back from where we at.
I think I always see these like these travel influencers on social media showing these wonderful places, right?
Yeah.
And then you would have the ones that just show the scenery and the aesthetic of the beautiful spaces.
Exactly.
And then you would have others that show you the type of activities that they do.
Yeah.
Knowing my personality, I want a little bit of history, a little bit of fun,
Yeah.
and a lot of chill.
Right.
Right? And some people are like, get up, go, go, go. And then some people are like, get up and do nothing.
Yep.
And you need to know like the type of people you want to travel with if you want to have a good time, because you can easily find yourself frustrated.
Exactly.
You know, if you're a morning person and you're traveling with someone who's not a morning person, every morning you're going to be frustrated. You get me?
I'm telling you, there's a funny story.
Run it.
But of course, when we talk about the type of traveler, I think
putting my hand up here, but then I realized aesthetically for the video it doesn't look that cool.
It's all right.
So I put it down, but I'm not comfortable.
I don't tell much differences.
Do you think, doggy? I was just me being a...
The funny story of being a specific type of traveler, but I think it comes with age or comes with maturity.
Experience.
Yeah, or just your character as in general. Because when I was traveling back then, when I graduated from uni, I traveled with my best friend and her classmate to Bangkok. Me and her, we're more like a travel and explore kind of people, and we also just graduated uni. We don't have a lot of money. It's not like we're rich, but we got some budget to travel. Not to say go all out, go wild, party, show up in clubs and whatnot. So we had her classmate was slightly on a more wilder side. I mean, she was at a time of
she had new money.
No, she and Shiman had some problems. So she was traveling with the two of us.
So she was
on the phone.
She was on a fucking trip. She was like, I just gonna live my life.
Yeah, she wanna let loose.
Let loose. Ooh, I have a story. But go ahead.
So me and my best friend we were there to soak in the air, the traveling experience. Not so much as
rave.
Not so much as wasting our evenings away and then wake up on the next midday. We don't want to do that because
that's a big
that's
deal.
energy consuming.
That's energy, and that's a big deal, bro. One Friday, no problem, but if that's a constant thing, some people will be very pissed off about that.
Also, we were on I won't say we were on a very generous schedule. We kind of need to just try. We can only afford to travel. We can't waste half a day away, half an evening and half a day away. We can't do that.
Continue.
So we kind of well, I won't say we shut her off. We were at a dinner, and then she was looking while she was on a pubs. We were on a pub street. We just kind of experienced the atmosphere. We didn't leave her. We were at the dinner together, and then she was getting all riled up. She was excited. She wanted to go to club, and then she's suggesting, oh, let's go clubbing. And then while me and my best friend, me being the only guy in the three of us, I didn't say much. My best friend said it. She said like, no, we can't afford it. We can't afford it. First, budget-wise. Second, energy. So we can't. So we wouldn't do it. And then in the next moment, we kind of just ignored her excitement. And then she, like a puppy or like a dog, like an upset dog, she just kind of went quiet.
So what happened to the rest of the trip?
The rest of the trip, she was gloomy.
She was salty.
Slightly. And then meanwhile, having a man problem.
Oh.
So I kind of felt bad at that point, but I also think I was firm on my decision.
Let me get this clear.
Yeah.
The three of you guys planned to go Bangkok.
Yeah.
Homegirl went through a breakup.
Yeah.
So now she's like...
We didn't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Strike number one. So now she's like, F it, I'm going to enjoy Bangkok and create some memories.
Yeah.
And then you guys go who want to be explorers.
Yes.
And
we want to travel. I mean,
to experience the culture.
Yeah, she came with the intention of traveling too.
But then she was going through this emotional roller coaster, so she said, I want to make this fun and not be sad.
Yeah.
Thinking about him.
Yeah.
And then you guys were like, I can't keep up with your lifestyle. If this is the kind of vibe you want to continue doing. So you tell her, and then now she's just like...
No, we didn't tell her that we can't keep up. We just say like, we don't really want to club, you can go ahead if you want to.
She's not going to go to the club by herself.
Exactly. So we just kind of say
no, but not that I say it out loud. No matter what you did, bro.
Yeah.
She should have still been. She would have still been sad during that trip. It could have been. You could have gone. You could go to the club and still be sad.
I say generally she still enjoyed the trip, just like she maybe a day after that night she was a little sour, but that's it. You know, she get by because
the major question is, has she traveled with you guys again since?
Because at the end of the day, she also went with the intention of traveling. So it's just that evening that kind of blew her off because she didn't get a club.
Yeah, I'm almost 100% certain, bro.
Yeah.
She would have still been sad, even if she went to the club and she had a short moment of forgetting what life is like right now.
Yeah, of high.
The next morning, she will be reminded.
And also her man problem, she was on it the whole trip. She actually was she was on the phone,
but she was not there.
Kind of. So yeah,
stay home, Bethany, stay home.
Let's not mention names, but you didn't hit the right name, so it's okay.
Stay home, Bethany.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, that's why sometimes
that's why I asked what type of traveler.
Yeah,
because you need to know the type of people who you want, because people always want to travel. Let's be real.
Everybody wants
to travel.
Yeah.
But what you do when you travel and how you travel. For example, when my brother came to Europe, my brother is the kind of person like he is literally the definition of go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
I told him in advance, tell me what you like so I could look for some spots for us to check out.
Right.
He's like, bro, I doing whatever you want to do. How am I supposed to work with that, bro?
Yeah.
So when I carry him to some stuff that I want to do, which let's say a bit more boring than what he would like to do.
Yeah.
Because he's like, my brother and I are similar, but also extremely different, if that makes any sense.
I think you did hit some right spots as well.
And we hit some good spots, some spots I know he would like, but then I showed him some historical spots and he literally was like, what are you bringing me here for? You know me, you know I wouldn't like this.
Oh,
and in my mind I was like,
you didn't tell me.
You said you're doing whatever, you know? Piss me off, bro. I felt like...
So sometimes you gotta really know your audience as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stage master. Yeah. You need to know your audience, bro. Yeah. You need to know the type of audience that you're going to perform for. So, for example, if I want to go on let's say if you were like super athletic, like more than me, that you need to exercise
twice
a day, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, you can't go to a hotel or a hostel or Airbnb that doesn't have some type of recreational gym and or outside area to work out. It's difficult for me to travel with you, bro.
True.
Or you can't eat certain... Oh, that's another thing, though.
Yeah, eating is also difficult.
Certain kind of things.
Yeah.
On a traveling situation, you don't have that luxury of being so picky.
Vegan.
Dog.
Vegans are tough.
Dog. Like, that is difficult.
Vegan tourism is tough.
Vegan tourism is tough.
Yeah.
Especially not in as developed places as first world places.
Damn right.
It's tough, B.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Taking a vegan friend with you is gonna be difficult. I mean,
but there's some, for example, there's levels to everything. Like, I've met vegans who understand and they would eat vegetarian stuff.
Yeah, but they are religious ones.
They're the ones that, like, I remember there was this one girl. She was dating a friend of mine when I was a student, and she didn't want us to prepare any food.
Yeah.
With our pots and pans that we use to prepare meat.
Yeah.
For her.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I can't work like this, bro.
Yeah.
First of all, you're a guest here. Honestly, you're supposed to just be kissing bottom right now.
Exactly.
You're supposed to be like being nice and just be. You should be happy you getting a free bowl of food.
Respecting host. You know? Yeah.
You're supposed to be kissing ass right now, bro. And you so well, I'm gonna try my best, but I'm not gonna buy a whole new pot.
Yeah.
Come on,
just to cater to a vegan friend.
Just to appease you.
Yeah.
You're not even my gal.
Yeah.
That's no brethren gal.
Yeah. Ah, boy. Yeah, it is tough. It's never easy.
It is what it is. But yeah.
So I'm glad to know that taking you and a couple of friends that are also quite understanding. I think the trip will be should be alright.
I think the caveat is if you're traveling with friends. I think this is how to end it, or like this little segment.
Yeah.
I think the caveat is if you're going to travel with more than one friend, and you go with friends that are a little bit not your type of style of vacationing.
Yeah.
You need to have another person to help balance.
You're right.
Get me? Like for example, someone who could maybe someone who is a bit athletic.
Yeah.
And then someone who doesn't mind hanging out with the athletic person in the mornings.
Yes.
When you just want to sleep or something, you get me?
Yeah, you're right.
Or someone.
Or like a morning person or not a morning person.
Yeah, someone who it doesn't matter to them. Morning, whatever. You just wake them up and they're gonna me. I'm gonna be like, alright, you wanna wake up at 5? Just wake me up. I'm not gonna set an alarm. But if you wake me up, I'll be like, alright, let's go. You know.
Some people wouldn't like to.
Yeah, some people will be the
morning
people are the non-morning people. I'll be like, bro, I'll talk to you at 11. You know. Give
me like 3 more hours of sleep.
Give me 3 more hours, bro. Yeah, the sun isn't even hot yet.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, I've learned that in my mind. And then another part of it, we go into the next segment with this.
Already?
Another part of this is, I don't know how much time we're working on.
We can,
a
couple more minutes. Couple more minutes. It's 40 now.
You've been watching the time when you start about.
Yeah.
People, the types of financial budgets.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. That's a tough one.
That is a tough one. I had a conversation with somebody very dear to me about this recently.
Me too.
You and I want to go to Zimbabwe.
Right.
You get me?
Yeah.
We both want to go to Zimbabwe. We both have the means to get us to Zimbabwe.
Right.
But you want to do luxury Zimbabwe.
I want to take a jet.
I want to
take a jet.
I'm talking about accommodation.
Right.
I want, even that.
Yeah.
You want to do luxury Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So you choose like this amazing flight. So it's almost like not first class, but like
business class Zimbabwe.
Bro. And I just want to get to Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
I have enough to get there.
Yeah.
And then lodging or accommodation.
Yeah.
I may not want, or I may want it, but I may not be able to have the means to have the most luxurious accommodation.
Yes, you're right.
Or money for luxurious accommodation.
Damn right.
And now we're in a situation where one person wants to feel like a king or queen like they should. And then the other person is like, I prefer to use this money to do things when we get there.
Yes.
Buy food when we get there instead of paying this extra money on accommodation.
Yeah.
That is another gamble. I know you're going to say compromise.
No.
But that's another thing that people watch out for.
The one who can afford by the normal means.
What's the normal means?
Normal means meaning you like economy.
Going
economical.
Economical.
That person doesn't need to compromise. It's the one that can afford more that has to compromise. Usually, I mean, of course, then it wouldn't work, because the one who's economical couldn't afford more by any means. So at the end of the day, the richer one has to compromise if that person is willing to
go.
Yeah, is willing to step down.
That's the thing.
If that go economic.
Or what about
economical?
All right. What if they're willing to step down for accommodation?
Yeah.
And even flights. That's on them.
Yeah.
But what about like now the events of what we want to do in Zimbabwe?
Everything. That's what I meant.
So all of that is compromise?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the case.
You don't think that person will get frustrated and be like, I can't travel with this person again?
Exactly. That's what my best friend who can afford a little more than usual sometimes find it a little bit frustrating when she's going out with less people of
affluence.
Less affluence, or people who can afford less. So she gets a little upset, and she says
that gets me upset.
Then she says she would have preferred to travel alone than traveling with any other people that can't keep up. And that's fair. I mean, sometimes it is. I mean, if I really am on a different financial stand, I probably could do a lot more. If I could, just easily rent a boat, and meanwhile the friends who are coming along can't chip in. Unless I'm super generous, yeah, sure. But if I'm at the point which I can afford, but I'm not super generous.
You're at the point where you could afford it, but you can't afford it for multiple
people. Then it's gonna be difficult.
Oh boy!
It's like I'm going out with friends who can rent a boat, and I can't. If I can't keep up, that's it.
Yeah. Now the person who tables turn.
Yeah.
you're the friend that is super generous.
Yeah.
And the friend who's economical
Yeah.
feels like I'm a burden to this person.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, feels like because I can't keep up.
If it's made known by that friend who can afford more.
Okay, but what if it's made known constantly to the point where the person who cannot keep up always feels like he or she's tagging along now?
Yeah, it could.
You know?
It could.
Some people will be like, whatever. And then some people who are, particularly guys would be like, I feel like I need to contribute in some way, but I don't know how to contribute to this.
It's
that I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I'm that guy.
Sometimes I'm that guy too.
And it makes me feel like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
I could get here. I'm glad to be here. But if I can't enjoy here the way that my friends are enjoying it, why am I here?
Damn right. Unless you are covered by a brethren who is really, really generous, then yeah, sure.
Yeah, but even just being covered by your pal, your buddy, you still feel like, no, I owe you something.
Only if you know them well enough. Like, say if it's you and me, we come to a point of just pause for a second there. Right. It's our final segment.
Yeah.
Right.
Bring it home clean, nice and clean.
Yeah. So back to the point of having a brethren covering you
or
financially. Or sistren.
Yeah.
That's a whole topic of how the whole man and women thing, spending for each other. But that's a whole topic to go into. But say brethren, sistren, friends you know very well, covering you on a luxurious trip. Given how long that friendship is, maybe you can accept it. But if it's a friend that you've known for a year that you're not comfortable being pampered by,
yes,
then that could be a problem.
Or for me the problem is, all right, boom, I'm speaking examples now.
Yeah.
For me the problem is, if my brethren say, yo, we going to Zimbabwe, I'm on the economical budget, my brethren is on the a little more luxurious budget. But one particular event my brethren really wants to do, but I can't afford it, and my brethren says, don't worry, this is on me, I got you. That's no scene. That's not a problem. Right? But if the next trip come, not Zimbabwe, now we're going to New Zealand, and a similar situation happens again, I feel, even though I say yes because he got me for this particular event that he wants to do, let's say he wants to do I don't know, jet skiing on some certain part of Zimbabwe.
Right.
I feel like I could never give him the kind of experience that he always wants to give me.
Fair.
And I feel like low-key, I shouldn't be traveling with him because
Understood.
I'm not on his level.
Yeah, but again, you have to look at the whole picture, I suppose. If it's, say, every time you go, you could meet him halfway, could go on a trip with him, no problem, and he covers you maybe one or two crazy things that he does, I think it's fine. Again, like I say, it depends on how well you know the person, because the first time if somebody treats you, then you're not sure if your friendship's at that level, and then you're not even sure if this person's gonna ask. Something's happening. Why is the camera not recording?
I don't know.
Mistakes are made. Do we restart the conversation?
Nah, let's just keep it rolling, bro.
All right.
Whatever we miss, I'm sorry, guys. We apologize in advance. You have
video,
just deal with that little part where you don't see any video. But we're gonna roll.
You really gotta get to the point of getting the right camera. But yes, where were we?
I think you were closing off on a very good point, talking about you need to know who you want to travel with.
Or understanding that if you or being compromising when you are with someone who's willing to treat you. I think is to understand,
or if you want to treat them,
or if you want to treat them, to make sure you don't have the feeling of resentment if this person is not able to treat you back because this person is not as well off as you. It's not well off as you, or you are not as well off as your friend who's always been treating you, and you feel kind of
you feel like you feel what is the term that
terrible.
you don't feel terrible because you could afford to do to get there. You could afford to do things. You just can't afford to do the level more.
Yeah.
You don't feel terrible, but you almost feel like you are.
You feel like you owe somebody.
Yeah, but I feel like, are you dead weight? You're not dead weight.
Not dead weight.
But it's almost. Oh.
There's a weight that you carry.
Yeah. There's a weight.
Yeah.
And that is what honestly gets me a bit sad sometimes when I hear friends who want to travel.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I cannot do all the luxurious things that everyone wants to do.
Yeah.
And when people start to throw out ideas and stuff, it sounds grandiose, it sounds wonderful. I'm not there yet, bro.
Yeah.
It's my check-ins and my savings, you know, like that line
right.
from Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And it still makes me feel, even though I'm working, trying to create a lifestyle for the person I am right now, it still makes me feel like I still can't keep up with life.
Well,
does that make sense?
Yes. Also depends on how widespread you are. You know, sometimes if you're meeting 50 different people at the same time, then you're terribly spread out.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about traveling right now.
Yeah. Exactly. But how many trips can you agree to? You know?
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah.
I have no problem telling people, no, I could only do 2-3 trips a year.
Yeah.
You know? And so then there are people that travel like 8 times a year.
Damn right.
I mean, there are also people that don't travel at all.
Exactly.
I'm in the lower percentile though. I travel 2, maximum.
We're in the
3
middle.
times.
I think we're in the middle.
You know what middle is? If somebody, all right, let's say.
What's middle?
What's the maximum in a year?
2-3 times.
Nah, dog. We know people who just travel for like 4 times, 5 times, 6 times a year.
All right, 6 times might be a little more well off.
We ain't talking about 3-week vacations though. We're talking about a little week here, or 4 days here.
All right.
That's the luxury of living in Europe.
I think if we did not end up blowing this big budget going to Asia from Europe, I think we could have done 3-4 trips even.
Small trips a year.
Yeah, 4 or 5 small trips
and
to neighboring countries.
A small trip is anything 7 days and less.
Less, way less. Maybe 4 or 5 days. 4 or 5 days.
Well,
short 4 or 5 days. Yeah. Yeah. Any trip shorter than a week. I think we could afford just the trip to Malaysia alone.
Yeah.
I think we could afford we could 3 times the trip in Europe.
Yeah, for sure.
3 European trips, easy.
Bro, to even start.
Yeah.
Looking forward to show you guys some footage from when that trip comes in Malaysia. But I think this was a good conversation just to end off, because what I would like to say to everyone who's listening, be grateful for the steps that you've created so far, and be grateful for the type of friends that you have, and also be very observant of the type of friends that you have that you want to travel with, because even though the intention is good, know yourself and know your friend and know if it makes sense to travel with this friend, and have those difficult conversations about what if you guys have a different idea of having fun.
Yeah.
You know, have the conversation about budgets and then have the conversation about events. Yeah.
Exactly. In the words of Bear Grylls, observe, adapt, overcome.
Blood clot. Bear Grylls.
Pointing right in the screen. Observe, adapt, overcome.
This was Dumplings and Somethings. We out.
We out.
Bye.